Hi everybody, good morning. It's Monday. I just want to post a quick video on the next several days slash this upcoming week to start working with. Um, One positive, it is very sunny outside already. It's starting to get nice, so get out there, get some walks in, get some fresh air. Um, don't stare at your screen, whether it's your computer or your phone all day long. Okay, get up, get about, be active. Couple things though. Um, when you guys are submitting assignments, please submit assignments through Google Classroom. Um, a lot of the assignments I have, if not all, will be through Google Classroom, Google Docs. So once you make a copy for yourself, fill out the answers, and then submit it back into Google Classroom instead of sharing it with me or emailing it to me. Especially right now, if I get people that are submitting in 4 different locations, it's kind of hard for me to keep track of who submitted where and where to find it. So if you just submit it all into Google Classroom, that'd be great. You guys do have your Chapter 12 test coming up on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. It'll just be like what you experienced in third quarter. It'll be Google form, which short answers, true, false, multiple choice, and then sorry. Um, So none of that will change. I will open up the grade or the test at 1 o'clock. I'll probably give you guys an hour, 15 minutes to do it. So I will turn off the submission when Google accepts submission for at 2:15. Okay, so what that means is you'll have 75 minutes to take your test. It does not mean you have to start at 1 o'clock. You could start a little after 1 if you want, but the absolute deadline for you to turn in your test is at 2:15. Okay, so be smart about it. Don't start your test at 2 o'clock and think you can get it done in 15 minutes, because once 2:15 hits, it stops allowing the submissions to be accepted. Okay, so please start right at 1 o'clock or shortly after to give yourself the full hour, 15 minutes to work on it, especially those of you that take a little bit longer to take tests. Okay, so please keep that in mind. That's this coming Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I did post your study guide up online the other day, so I saw a couple of you guys have already turned it in. So you have that to work on. I already did your Kahoot. I posted your Kahoot the other day as well, so several of you guys wanted to host. If one person hosted the Kahoot while other people joined in on the game, kind of like what we always do in class. Perfect, that's fine. Or you can just read through them and use that as a review as well. Trying to think what else. If you guys do have any questions over any of those assignments that we've covered so far in the last 2 weeks, please let me know. Several of you guys have done a great job on reaching out to me, whether it's email, whether it's Google Hangouts, whatever. So if you have any questions, perfectly fine. Reach out to me. Don't be ashamed. Don't be shy. Okay, especially since we aren't actually in the classroom doing this face to face. Okay. So if you do have questions, or if there's just any issues that or any concerns I should be aware of, just let me know. Trying to think anything else that you guys need to know. I don't think so. So, I'll just cover the chapter, a couple things that I saw on your couple of your assignments when I was looking at the difference between income statement and your balance sheet. Okay, so if you look on your notes on page 300, one thing I just want to make sure you guys are aware of before your test. Differences between balance sheet and income statement. Okay, your balance sheet happens on one specific date. Okay, and then your balance sheet shows your assets, your liabilities, and your owner's equity. Okay, so the equation for your balance sheet is assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Okay, so your however many assets you have, for example, in the book, it has $693,415 worth of assets on page 300. Notice how your total liabilities and owner's equities is the exact same. Okay, so what you have for assets, you should have that same amount in liabilities and total owner's equity. Okay, so add those two up, should equal your assets. Okay, notice how assets are broken down into your current assets, which are anything less than a year. Your long-term assets are anything over a year. Okay, so you notice your current assets, cash, inventory, accounts receivable, stuff that you have within a year. Long-term assets, okay, if you buy a car, you own that, that's your asset. However, if you took 3 years to pay on it, that'd be a long-term asset because it's over 1 year. Liabilities, again, you have your current liabilities and your long-term liabilities. Current liabilities is anything less than 1 year. Long-term is more than 1 year. And then you have your owner's equity. Okay, so that's one thing with your balance sheet to know. Your income statement, generally it covers a period of time. And then your income statement has your revenue, expenses, and then your total income or your net income or your net loss. Okay, so your revenue is everything that you bring in, so your sales, essentially. And then if you look on page 301, your total revenue has a section for that. Then all your expenses. So what have you paid money for over that time period? Okay, then all you do is subtract your revenue from your expenses. If your revenue is larger than your expenses, you have a net income. If your expenses are larger than your revenue, you have a net loss. Okay, so think of it as your own personal wallet. Okay, if you go and for your purse or whatever you want to work with, if you get a job and you only bring in $100 and you have a car bill or your car insurance and you have to pay $150 for it. You bring in $100, but you spend $150 for it. So then you lose out $50. However, if you flip that, if you make $150 and you have only $100 worth of a car payment, you still have $50 to as excess. Okay, so that's kind of what you should know the difference between those two. Okay, balance sheet happens on one day, and it has your assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. For your net or for your income statement, happens over a time frame, has your revenue, expenses, and that's going to show you if your company has been working at a income or a loss. If you guys do have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, I didn't really see anything that really stood out to me on as you guys were working through your notes or your reviews. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Reach out to me. I'll do what I can to help you. If not, I look forward to seeing how you do on Wednesday. All right, talk to you later. Bye.